Thank you, Chairperson. Half of our population is now made up of children, teenager and young adults born after 1990. This amounts to some 27 million born frees. According to the Institute of Race Relation report, aptly entitled Born Free but Still in Chains. Unemployment amongst male and female born frees of working age is running at 67% and 75% respectively. While South Africans account for 0.77% of the world's population, we account for 1.9% of the world's youth unemployment. Although Africans now account for more than two-thirds of university students, only 16% of Africans between the ages of 20 and 24 are enrolled in universities. This is a sad state. Only 38% of students admitted to universities are likely to obtain a 3- or 4-year degree with 5 years, and some 51% are unlikely to graduate at all. The report also notes that currently there are more youth enrolled at universities than there are enrolled in technical and vocational colleges. This should not be the case. The fact of the matter is that the majority of our, and I'm calling it FET, TVET colleges, are in a shambles. Changing the name, Honourable Minister, will not cure the disease. Even you, Honourable Minister, have acknowledged that these colleges are not effective and that the output quality is really poor. Mr. Minister, put the red revolutionary rhetoric aside and tell us practically how you intend to turn the situation around. You have indicated government's desire to increase artisan and workplace training. Why is it that under the majority rule of a ruling party, we always take 2 steps backwards and a half a step to the left? The CETAs have been an abject failure. According to Stats SA, the African population in particular is not being well served by the skills and development system in its current form. Whilst Jill Marcus, the former governor of the Reserve Bank, is recorded as saying that the record of the CETAs has been patchy at best, so there is no coherent focus on skills training. Let me repeat, there is no coherent focus on skills training. The NDP calls for the need to produce 30,000 artisans per year by 2030, compared to the current 13,000 artisans produced per annum. Here's another example of 2 steps backward and a half step to the left. Maybe we should try one to the right. Subsequent to the ascendancy of the ANC regime, artisanship was effectively abandoned without any adequate replacement having been put in place. 6 months, a year is not artisanship. 5 years with all the appropriate experience that you need. As the opportunity arose post-1990 to open up the apprenticeship system to Africans, so the ANC government shut it down. Minister, the ANC regime professes to be a developmental state, yet it appears intent on following Stalin's policy on slashing and burning. The fact of the matter is that our born frees, our youth that entered this world in a country but then had so much hope, have been betrayed by those that promised a better future for all. How can one expect to address poverty, unemployment and inequality if one is producing born frees who lack the skills for gainful employment or the skills to create their jobs? Honourable Mbata mentioned the sad challenges in respect of capacity and admission in universities. As the Congress of the People, we want to make a plea to you, Honourable Minister, that especially when it comes to medical schools, we need 3,000 doctors at least every year. And currently the capacity is only 1,300. We really need to give attention to trying to get more.
On that note.
Just to close off, to our born frees, please remember the pen is mightier than the sword. I thank you.
Thank you very much.